If you are dealing with random glitches, multiple warning lights, or frozen screens, you should use the Global Hard Reset, which takes approximately 15 to 20 minutes. If the car has a rough idle or stalls after a battery change, the throttle body or idle relearn is required, taking 10 to 15 minutes. For jerky shifting or hesitation in an automatic transmission, the TCM adaptive reset is the solution and takes only 3 minutes. If you have a check engine light for random, old, or fixed issues, an ECU reset takes 5 minutes. If your windows bounce back down or won't auto-roll, the window regulator reset takes 1 minute. For an infotainment screen that is black, frozen, or unresponsive, a soft radio reboot takes 1 minute. Finally, if your tire light stays on after filling tires, a TPMS reset is needed, taking 5 to 10 minutes. Before we touch anything, we need to establish the ground rules in our initial assessment and safety first phase. Modern automotive electrical systems pack a punch, and doing things out of order can cause expensive damage. There are vital safety precautions you must follow. Always disconnect the negative terminal first. When reconnecting, the negative terminal goes on last. A good memory trick is to remember that negative is the first to leave the party and the last to arrive. Regarding radio anti-theft codes, older cars, especially Honda, Acura, VW, and Audi models pre-2015, might lock the radio if battery power is lost, so make sure you have your radio code, usually found in the owner's manual or glove box, before disconnecting the battery. Crucially, do not perform a hard reset if your car needs a state emissions inspection tomorrow. Resetting the computers clears your IM readiness monitors, and the car will fail the test until you drive it for a few days to prove the emission system works. Finally, regarding safety gear, always wear safety glasses when working near a battery because lead-acid batteries contain acid and can vent flammable gases. Now we move to the Global Hard Reset, also known as capacitive discharge. This is the ultimate "have you tried turning it off and on again" for cars. When you simply unplug your car's battery, the modules don't instantly die because they have internal capacitors, which are little electrical storage tanks that keep volatile memory, short-term data, and phantom glitch codes alive for hours. A capacitive discharge drains these tanks instantly, forcing every computer in the car to reboot from a clean slate. To perform this step by step, first turn the ignition completely off and remove the keys from the vehicle. Next, disconnect the negative battery cable and secure it out of the way. Then, disconnect the positive battery cable. The critical step is to touch the metal end of the negative cable directly to the metal end of the positive cable. Note that if the cables don't physically reach each other, use a piece of heavy-gauge wire or a jumper cable to bridge them, but do not touch the actual battery posts together. You are touching the disconnected cables together, completely away from the battery. Hold the cables together for 10 minutes, or zip tie them together. This connects the positive and negative sides of the car's wiring harness, safely draining all residual voltage out of the capacitors. After that, separate the cables. Reconnect the positive terminal first and tighten it, then reconnect the negative terminal last and tighten it. The result is that you have just wiped the short-term memory of every module in the car, often entirely curing phantom codes, corrupted data, and bizarre electrical glitches. Sometimes you don't need a global reset, you just need to teach a specific computer how to act right, which brings us to specific component reset procedures. First is the engine control unit and idle relearn. If your car is idling rough, stalling at stoplights, or acting sluggish, the ECU's fuel trim memory might be corrupted. To fix this, perform the global hard reset described previously. Then turn off all accessories, including the radio, AC, and lights. Turn the ignition to the on position, but do not start the engine. Key on, engine off. KEOW, and wait 1 minute. Start the engine, but do not touch the gas pedal. Let the vehicle idle in park for 10 to 15 minutes or until the engine reaches normal operating temperature and the radiator cooling fans turn on. Then turn on the AC to max and turn on the lights, letting it idle for another 3 minutes. This teaches the ECU how to handle heavy electrical and mechanical loads. Finally, turn the car off and the ECU is now recalibrated. Next is the Transmission Control Module Adaptive Reset. Modern automatic transmissions learn how you drive. If you bought a used car from an aggressive driver, or if the TCM data gets corrupted, your car might shift roughly, hesitate, or clunk. You can often clear this without unhooking the battery. Get in the car and close the doors. Turn the ignition to the on position so the dashboard lights up, but do not start the engine. Press the gas pedal all the way to the floor past the little kick-down switch at the bottom and hold it there. Keep the pedal pressed for 15 to 30 seconds. While still holding the pedal down, turn the ignition off. Release the gas pedal and wait 2 minutes without touching anything or opening doors. Start the car and drive. This trick works phenomenally well on Mercedes, BMW, VW, Audi, Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep vehicles. Then we have the electronic throttle body relearn. If you clean your throttle body or change your battery, the car might suddenly idle at 2,000 RPMs or stall. This is because the computer learned to open the throttle wider to compensate for years of carbon buildup, and now that the battery is reset or the carbon is gone, it's opening way too far. To fix this, turn the key to the on position with the engine off for 3 minutes. Turn the key off for 1 minute. Turn the key on again for 3 minutes. Start the engine and let it idle. The computer will sweep the throttle blade and relearn the 0 position. Note that Nissan vehicles require a slightly more complex pedal vance involving pressing the gas 5 times in 5 seconds, but the above works for 80% of domestic and Asian vehicles. We also have accessory resets for Windows, infotainment, and TPMS. If your one-touch auto windows won't work, meaning they bounce back down or stop working, roll the window all the way down and hold the button down for 5 seconds. Then roll the window all the way up and hold the button up for 5 seconds. For a frozen infotainment screen, don't pull the battery. Usually pressing and holding the power/volume knob down for 10 to 20 seconds forces a soft reboot of the radio module, which works universally on Honda, Ford, Chevy, and VW. For the TPMS reset, if your tire light is flashing or stuck on after filling your tires, look for a set button under the steering wheel or in the glove box. Turn the key on with the engine off, press and hold the button until the TPMS light blinks 3 times, and then drive for 10 minutes above 20 miles per hour. The next stage is the adaptive learning phase. Here is where people panic, but you won't because you know the secret. Immediately following a global hard reset or an ECU/TCM reset, your car has amnesia. It has forgotten its fuel trims, its shifting habits, and its idle baseline. For the first 50 miles of driving, the car might feel slightly weird. It might shift a little harder than usual, or the idle might dip once or twice. This is normal because the computers are in adaptive learning mode. To help it learn correctly, drive it normally and don't immediately go out and do 0 to 60 mile per hour drag pulls. Give it a mix of driving, consisting of 15 minutes of stop-and-go city driving and 15 minutes of steady highway cruising. After 1 or 2 drive cycles, starting cold, coming to operating temperature, driving, and cooling down completely, the car will run smoother than it has in years. Finally, we must discuss the 10% rule and when to actually see a mechanic. I am all about saving you money, but I also care about keeping you safe and preventing engine destruction. These reset tricks cure software glitches, but software cannot fix broken hardware. You must take the vehicle to a professional if you experience any of the following specific situations. First, a flashing check engine light. A solid light means take a look when you can, but a flashing check engine light means a severe engine misfire is actively dumping raw fuel into your catalytic converter. You must stop driving immediately or you will melt a $2,000 exhaust component. Second, continuous limp mode. If you reset the car and it immediately refuses to rev past 2,500 RPMs or shift out of second gear, a vital sensor, like a crank sensor or throttle position sensor, is completely dead. Third, hard mechanical failures. A reset will not fix a slipping transmission clutch, a knocking engine, grinding brakes, or a puddle of fluid under the car. If it sounds like metal hitting metal, no computer reboot will save it. Finally,